Alright, Speedromizer community, we are all set for our first run of Mario Golf Game Boy Color. It's going to be a hole-in-one run. So, without further ado, take it away.
Hi, I am DannehBoi90, go by he and him. I am going to be playing Mario Golf today for the Game Boy Color. There are 4 different courses that we run through. They are... Well, it's the Marion course, which is the starting one, then... Sorry, I'm blanking for a split second. But yeah, there's the 4 main courses that we're going to be playing through. First off, you start off by making your own character with a couple decisions. So, we picked to start with a male character. We picked the character on the left, Joe. Reason being, they each have their own stats. And as you play through the game, you get to level them up. Here's a good summary screen of the stats and such. There's the drive distance, how high, how far the shot drifts, and then control, which affects the meter at the very bottom when I go to actually swing. This will be okay. And then it has a default name of Joe. I will keep it here, just standard name. So one thing I want to start off to mention is how I actually found out about Speedromizer. There is a small YouTuber called Will1s that I found because I play Trackmania. He made a single video on Trackmania. I found him through that, and then one of the next videos he made was about Speedromizer. I found out about Speedromizer not even weeks before submissions were opened. So, it was just a very cool happenstance that everything lined up for me to find this at the right time. Now, one thing that's cool about this game that I really like from a more casual standpoint for casual runs is that there's a little bit of RPG aspect. You level up, but they have a whole map, a whole storyline, a whole bunch of stuff. For the speedrun of this category, we don't pay too much attention to that. Instead, we go straight into selecting to play tournaments. So the first... I did not miss time, right? Okay, no, you got it good. Alright, first we're going to be playing the Marion Cup. Oh, forgot to change one thing. Settings. Turn the 3D screen off because that takes a lot of time. So our goal is to try to stay generally towards the middle of the green if possible, just for the simple fact of it gives you a bit more of a safety of in case the wind affects your shot too much. The first course, it's not going to be too much of a problem. So, like, with this, I'm able to use... If the wind isn't against you in any way, usually you can land on the green within 2 strikes, within 2 swings, but unfortunately not quite this time. That's okay, because you can still end up getting... Sometimes you'll end up getting... sinking a... There we go. Every once in a while that happens too. It's been super weird today. I had a bug that I've never seen before happen today. So, like with normal golf, the shots will sometimes go in, sometimes it'll bounce back out if you have too much speed. I had one today where it launched it another twice as far as the actual shot that I made was. It's like really exactly. It does a really good job of simulating it while staying simplistic enough. There. It's downhill. I'm just not having luck. One thing I will mention, unfortunately, I'm not doing as good as I normally would. I had injured my wrist early on in the week, and it's been causing problems with getting timing and such for the swings.
You're doing good so far.
Yeah. Far from as good as I could have. I could have gotten a birdie both of the first 2 holes, but otherwise, but... do that, and then... But yeah, one thing too, so there are the 4 different courses. The first course, the goal is to get 2 below par, and in doing so, you will get in first place guaranteed. So that is my main goal right now. If you have anything you want to read off, you can. I've got a bunch of... It's mostly going to be talking about the courses towards the start of them. And this one's a pretty easy course, so there's not too terribly much to say about it.
Yeah, not really much to read off yet. This is a really solid run so far. As somebody that used to golf way back in the day, it's not easy. You know, there's wind, there's sand traps, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I can't remember because I haven't picked up a club in years. But you're doing really good.
Keep making just the tiniest mistakes though. Making ever so slightly off.
Pre-marathon jitters.
Yeah. Mix of that and my wrist's just causing problems this week because of, yeah. Yeah, that's not too much of a problem, having little mistakes here and there with these first couple courses. It does become a bit more of an issue with the third, and the fourth one, it becomes a massive problem. Oh, I was distracted so too early. Oops. There we go. But yeah, the first course, your goal is to have 2 below par. The second course, your goal is to be 4 below par. The third course, you're expected to be 6 below par. And the fourth one, you're expected to be 8 below par. So, in addition with that, the courses themselves get harder. There we go. Finally getting a birdie.
Let's go, birdie. I'm looking in chat right now. There's a bunch of golf puns, so...
Good. Keep up the golf puns.
All golfers have to wear 2 pairs of pants in case they get a hole-in-one. And if you have your own golf puns, please feel free to donate them! ! Donate.
Speaking of donating, I am planning on doing a donation based on my performance, which I was going to donate more the more strikes, or the more swings it takes, which, as you can tell by this, is gonna be probably more than I first was expecting. That's fine. Not a lot. But... there we go. Part at least gets us towards it. But yeah. Oh no. Just shy. So the par 3s are generally some of the best ones to be able to catch up on some, because it's just you land on the green and then you get an easy in for most of them. Unfortunately, that one was just enough against us to keep that one from going all the way in, top of the hill. But a lot of this is kind of learning the courses, learning where to aim. Like, if I aimed more to the left, I would technically be closer, but there would have been a chance of it hitting the hill and then rolling back. Strong winds. You usually don't get these strong of a winds this early, too. On average, it tends to limit the winds in the first hole more towards 10 miles per hour at the top, but it's going much more than that, it seems like today. This at least will get me. There we go. Some of the puns in chat. That pun was pretty good. I'll go this way just to make it safe. Yeah, we're just past the halfway point with this course. But as with regular golf, there's a whole bunch of different clubs. There's iron and wood. Irons being more of for kind of wedging. What's this 1 hour? So yes, about an hour. That almost would have been in. Just the tiniest bit too much power.
So we actually did get a donation in for $1 from George that says, "Now this is my cup of tea."
Good pun, George.
We also have another $1 donation from George that just says, "Is this thing on?" Both of those went towards Skyblazer bonus level and showcase, as well as Jade Cocoon character name. Not sure why George donated to donate for Jerry, but you know, it's $1 more for community.
Yeah, every dollar helps. Okay, good. This one is definitely going to be a birdie. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Missed by the tiniest amount because I've said that. What is nice is that worst case scenario, if somehow I mess up that bad to where I don't get first place, it still lets you move on to the next course. There we go. Yeah, I definitely have the stream jitters for this. This is definitely not my best showing.
You are doing just fine, my friend. You have a fair way to go till the end of the run.
I do.
You know, I don't know whether I don't. Ooh,
it's so close.
Just nonstop puns in chat now.
Mm-hmm. Keeps chat entertaining themselves at least.
Exactly. They're hoping that these puns drive you to victory.
Let's go with those puns. They help. The more puns, the better.
Exactly. Donate your puns in the form of a donation.
Exactly. That way we're forced to read them out. And by that we mean we read them out anyways, because they're really good. There we go.
Looking
Super
good.
late to be getting this, getting the second birdie, but normally by now I would have. Normally by now I'm at like -6 for my for par.
You got this.
Yeah, just wedge it in. Let's see if I can get this. I should be able to. It's not. I overcorrected a tiny amount.
I was gonna say, did you have cereal before this run? Because it's full of iron.
It's a good one.
I had to wedge that pun in.
It's a good one. All right. Okay, but yeah, hopefully once we get past this hole, I settle down some and I'm able to focus up, get a little bit better. Because yeah, this is definitely rough compared to how it normally goes for me. Normally I would... Okay, there we go. Trevor said, wait, what?
Oh yeah, I should remind you that this is a family-friendly event. No coarse language.
Oh, no, coarse language.
Sorry, that one was rough.
There we go.
Ooh, good shot.
Actually doing something right.
Let's go.
Slight wind. Aim ever so slightly left. There we go. I didn't quite make it far enough to end up on the top of that, but it's a fine. There we go. Okay, good. For a second there, I thought I was going to land in the water. Okay, on green. There we go. Alright, so now that we finished the course, I can explain something. Based on your score, you get experience, and then you get score based points based on you get points based on what cup you get, or what rank you get. So I got first place, so I got an extra experience, so I'm able to now allocate that. Because of how meat area and control works, it is at least important for me to make sure it's at 4 past the first hole. But then after this, it's pretty much only drive that we want to worry about.
Marion, I have time for a quick donation?
Oh yeah, you have time.
All right, so I got a $10 donation from Derek GNC that says, these golf puns are chipping away the morning fog and are driving me forward into the day. Hopefully all the first day tech issues are ironed out. Anyway, go Gast, raise money for a good cause, even if these puns are rough.
Okay, those puns are definitely not rough. That is a lot of fun though. Oh. Okay, so because it's the second club is the Palm Club. It is a little bit harder as far as the course itself. Not much though. It has a little bit more water hazards, but still has fairly large greens and is pretty clear for the most part. Trees are a little bit more in the way at times, but it's not as bad as some of the future ones. The wind is really calm this one though, which is kind of nice. Yeah, so it's the same thing as always. My goal is to get 4 below par over the course of the entire, well, course. Yeah, I'm glad that this year it seems to be running really smooth at the start, at least.
It's all for the best.
I like that fun. Okay, and a little bit left, and then quite a bit over, just that way. Hey, got a birdie.
Very nice.
That's more like the kinds of, that's more what I traditionally see in these kinds of runs. That's a little bit on the tougher side of the ones that I normally get, but it's one of the ones where it's still plenty doable.
It's you know, it's the first run of the marathon. Things are looking a little rough in the beginning, but you know, now things are looking a little more green.
Yep. Alright, so it's... Oh, almost. That would have been an eagle if that actually went in. Just because it's ever so slightly an incline. There we go. Yeah, just the tiniest bit more focus on the gameplay itself, and doing so much better now. Actually getting birdies, getting good shots. That's going to be more important for the 4th one, and a little bit the 3rd one. Oh, there we go, down just a little bit. But yeah, with George mentioned the colors. So if you guys couldn't figure, my model is inspired off of tonberries, which are traditionally green with brown shirts. So yeah. On one hand, I am sad there's not a Final Fantasy game of any kind on this, but on the same time, I understand, considering I think the shortest Final Fantasy speedrun is somewhere in the ballpark of 4 hours. Yeah, that's the thing with JRPGs. They are long games and oftentimes not suited for this kind of thing.
Yeah. That is true.
There we go, another birdie. 3 below par, which is good. Wind is heavily against us here. This is such a weird run. In a lot of my runs, they tend to keep the first 2 courses a little bit lower on the scale of winds, with only the occasional jump up to 19 or 17 for the speed, miles per hour for the wind. This one, it seems like it's fairly consistent. That's par for the course though with these kinds of games. There's gonna be some kinds of RNG.
True. Message from chat says, "Okay, it's okay, runner. You're still in the green." Yeah, so far this has been a perfect run.
Exactly. I've been on par pretty often, at least.
It's consistency, and consistency is kind of just par for the course.
Exactly. That should get me about the right distance. Oh, I was a little bit too off to get that one, but still getting a birdie here. Or should. So one thing I'll mention real fast that I've noticed with this game that's kind of interesting, that helps with gauging shots. Outside of a big loss for missing both sides, each of the short lines indicate as it expects about a quarter of the distance. So if it's so specifically when you are going to try to putt into a place, if you go just above it, round it up to the next quarter, that tends to put it into pretty good position. Like I'm at 10 feet, the second one will be about 15 feet. Going to that instead of trying to aim for perfectly 10 should put me pretty safe. And there we go. Because the one thing with Joe is he has one drawback in exchange for having the longest. Oh no. Oh, okay, cool. We're gonna have some coming in. But yeah, the one thing is that we have just those little bit of things to help. Oh, that's right. Joe's biggest thing is that he is a little bit. He's maybe have the longest drives, but he does drift ever so slightly to the right, which can be used sometimes to your advantage, but sometimes not so much. Go tiny bit under. Oh. Miss. Yeah, they're halfway through this course now. And still a little bit worse than I would like to be at for total score, but far from bad at least. Just a little bit too far. Go. Yeah, no albatross there. I wish. Alright, there we go, and then because the wind, this should hopefully drive it closer to the. Yep, there we go. Give it closer to that. It's par 4, so would have preferred to have been on the green, but that's fine. Looking to pretty close. There we go. Sorry, I can Discord notifications when I was expecting not to.
You're all good. The puns, they just keep coming and they don't stop coming. Remember, today will bring good fortune. Need to think scientific about this when it comes to these puns. So
there we go. All right.
Hello, Danny. I'm very sorry for the quick tardy for the bit of a late show up. You gotta love big internet company. Kind of making me miss the start of the run.
It's okay. You missed a bit of a train wreck, so it's fine.
Nah, don't worry. I didn't see it, so it never happened.
Exactly. You know what? Still go full speed for that one. There we go. Yeah. Definitely not the best it could have been so far. I'm definitely getting run jitters, but that's whatever. Do what you can.
You're still in first place in the tournament, so honestly, you're completely fine.
Yeah, it's still one of those things to where I could be doing much better. For the most part, I've gotten it fairly well down, at least. But yeah, it's going to be interesting when it comes to the last course. That one's still that went further than I was hoping.
Yeah, no, the last course in this game, or rather, the last main course is it's quite hard. It definitely is something that even I still struggle with to this day when I'm speedrunning this game.
Yeah. Hey, here we go. Yeah, I know. I'm first right now.
Oh, amazing putt. Wow.
I know that you've been able to make shots like that pretty consistently, but I'm still not the best at it. I will definitely say golf was not my first choice for a sports game when I was growing up, and it's I think I just didn't have the patience for it as a kid, and it's but I'm glad I'm getting a chance to run it now, though, because it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it really is a lot of fun. This game, we were talking about it yesterday, like this game, like casually is just so fantastic because there's a lot more content in this game than just the simple like, oh, play the 4 tournaments and stuff. Because there's like a lot of like rival fights, rival matches, a lot of like mini games, side games, and all that stuff. It's really actually, it's a game that I absolutely hold near and dear to my heart. It's funny you mentioned the fact that this is it's not your first option for like a sports game and stuff. Funny, every time I mention this specific game, no one ever thinks about the fact that there's a Game Boy Color version of this game, and they automatically default into thinking about the N64 game. And funny how the Game Boy Color game takes this approach when it was made. Kind of like almost like RPG-esque type of elements. I don't know if the N64 version kind of has that, but I believe that fun fact, the Mario Tennis Game Boy Color game, I think also adopts a similar approach to how they did the golf game.
Yeah, I would love if we got a new Mario Golf game that was like this, where you have RPG mechanics, leveling up, different stats.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think the last one was the one on the 3DS, and I actually have it. I just have not had a chance to actually play the thing in its entirety.
Yeah, with as many different games as there are, yeah, it's hard to get to everything.
Good second shot right there.
Yeah, got. Let's see if I corrected enough. I did. Good. Okay, another par. 6 below par.
Well done.
Yeah, that's great. Comfortable lead. They even only 2 people even got under par, or 2 other people got under par. So yeah, you're real good.
That. There you go. Should help a lot. Good choice.
Good choice on trying to go for power, on using all your level ups on power, because definitely Dune Club is the next one is going to be the first club in the entire game where you are actually going to need a little bit of power, because some of the holes start to get like in the mid to high 400 yards range. So having definitely basic power at just 205. It is it's gonna be extremely difficult to have a great great round at only like base 205 power. So yeah, 212 power, I think that's a good way to tackle it. Especially not just that, especially with the fact that this is now where the wind starts to actually really play a factor, because the wind speeds are going to be much higher now for anyone that is curious.
Yeah, which is weird because normally that's what I mentioned this earlier. Normally it starts to pick up the winds on this course, but the first couple courses I consistently got speeds of 17 and 19 miles per hour.
I was noticing that. I'm like, wow, this is like really strange wind RNG, which I know to some people may seem a little strange, the concept of wind RNG, but it's. Yeah, no, the first 2 courses, Marion and Palm, sometimes may also have that issue, but yeah, no, I still can't believe. Oh, so close.
Yeah, it's just a little bit off.
Just
I corrected it a tiny bit for the little
outside.
bit of drift, but yeah. Okay. And a little bit to the right there because I want to try to avoid getting stuck behind the cactus that's right there.
Yeah, that's the thing in this in Dune that you would have to people have to be very concerned about is the cactuses. The game developers Camelot, they really were kind of a bit trolly with the placement of some of those cactuses or cacti.
They really are. Yeah.
Ooh, nice shot.
There we go. Got it already.
Great run so far. You got time for a quick donation?
Yeah.
All right, so we have $18.43 from Button that says, "A little birdie told me I can donate, so I'm gonna wedge this donation in. I would putter joke here, but I'd come off as ironic or ironic. Yeah, you know what I mean. Though that's on par for what to expect, so I'm going to bunker down, drink my TB before it gets cold, and enjoy the run."
I love the pun donations.
That's.
I think it was an excellent choice making this the opener.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Wow. Oh, that was really good. I actually thought for a moment it was going to go in.
I've learned how to work with the waste areas and such just enough. The one thing that I still struggle with at times is going to come up here. Fast winds
Oh, this is this is like really unfortunate. The pin placement and the wind, it's arguably the least ideal placement you can ask for.
Yeah, this is one of the holes where I prefer the wind to be facing me for the simple fact of that cuts so much.
Yeah, no, I agree. I am fully in agreement with you just because of how difficult it is, because the wind is just going to carry it and there's nothing you can do about it. Ooh, nice chip.
Exactly.
Very good chip.
Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes, especially when you get to the later parts of the run, you have to sort of really now start to make that judgment call whether you want to like go for a fast putt like outside of the green, or if it's better to just simply say, you know what, I'll just go at it safe with the chip. And I personally am a chip lover. I love chipping, whether it's in chocolate form or whether it's in golf. I like chipping has always been one of my stronger suits.
Mint chip, one of the best chips.
I've never had mint chips. People keep telling me it's good, but I've never had it.
Yeah, but what about chocolate chip?
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's DJ. You and I know what's up.
Par. Get this closer at least.
All right.
It's par? Yep. Only 3 more to get that, to guarantee that win.
Yeah. Go. Probably should have put a little backspin on this, but at the same time, if I did, that's a good thing I didn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, the backspin would have been... I actually would have advised against it because it would have made the ball travel a little slower and the wind would have probably pushed it a little bit to maybe even outside.
Yeah. Hey, there we go, birdie.
Oh, let's go. That's not an easy putt to make.
Luckily, what I've realized is overshooting just the tiniest bit with putts is fine. For the simple fact of the momentum then means you just drop in at the back end of it instead of dropping right away.
I can tell you, I don't know if you ever played real life golf. I played real life golf for 25 years. 22 years. I can tell you that is exactly how like golfers approach putting. Like it is much better to go over in most instances than to short change your putts.
As somebody that did high school golf for a number of years, I second that.
Ooh, so close. Nice, nice chip.
Almost.
One of the things I learned when playing this is that, oh no, big wins against.
Oh, this orange is real trolly. This is a real trolly run in terms of that wind RNG. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Again, bad pin placement all the way to the front with wind pushing it way further. All right, there we go.
About here should be right. Oh! Just a tiniest bit too fast.
Yeah, you had the right idea because that entire time the green speed was going against you. You had the right idea, and especially you weren't in the green. So no, don't big yourself. No, that is really not an easy putt to make, and also hard to gauge the green speed.
It is. Luckily, with most of that being the green edge for a ways, that meant I guaranteed it was flat.
Yeah.
But yeah, that didn't go in because it was going too fast. It hit the pin, spun around, and then popped back out going in a straight line. Which actually led to a really, really bizarre bug with one of the first ones, or the run earlier today that I tried. Oh, that was so close.
Ooh, oh my god.
How that didn't land in the water, I don't know.
Oh no, the golf gods be like, "No, we got you, fam. go win this tournament.
You know what? I'll take it.
That's another aspect of the game. That's another aspect of the game that like not many people realize is part of what makes you a good player of this game. Oh, that was so close. That was so good. Like looking at it like from like the tiniest bit of delay. But yeah, no, that was really good. But one thing about this game in golf in general is the fact that part of what makes golf a good runner in this game or a good golfer in general is not necessarily the best one at just making all the shots, but the best one at recovering from a bad shot. Because a lot of times that sort of separates between the good golfers and the great golfers. Just knowing that, okay, I got this bad shot, but I can get myself out of that jam.
Yeah. And that's
I'm seeing that from you for sure.
Definitely could have done better at the beginning. But still, yeah. Okay, good. Wins against me, kind of.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no. Win going that direction is actually fine. With that pin placement, okay. Finally, a good par 3 with good pin placement and bad wins.
There should be a little bit, go here. A little bit past halfway. Okay, there we go. I accidentally rolled over the right arrow at the wrong time with that. Which did not help. Then I went under for power.
Ooh. That's okay. We still got, there's plenty of golf left, so.
Yeah.
All you need is just 2 birdies.
Exactly. Okay, it's mostly uphill. 20 meters. It's going to be pushing it with that, so.
Yeah, good call on going for the medium 100-foot putt.
That should have gone in.
Just. Congratulations! You're now you're officially a golf speedrunner. That should have gone in. Yeah, I don't.
Congratulations on that.
Every person who's played golf long enough, or even at the bare minimum, run this game. They play this long enough, and there will come an instance where you will be saying, "Oh, that should have gone in." When in reality, it should have.
Yeah. Okay, well, at the very least. I'm not too terribly far behind right now where I should be. And if I end up not quite getting there, I have found out that it will at least let you still continue on to the next course. Far from ideal, but...
Yeah, not much you could have done there with the on that second shot. That cactus was, like I said earlier, The game developers really were trolling a lot with that cactus placement. Oh, just a little bit more and that would have gone in.
Yeah.
And you are making some great shots here. Like that's for sure. You are making some really good shots.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I am far better than I would have expected to have been going into this. And like I said, I have a lot of fun with this game casually, too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Crap.
And I'm glad that it got ported. I'm glad it got ported to the Switch. With the
I had input. I didn't register the press when I went to press it.
Oh no!
So I had to tap it again, and it just went way past where it should have.
Come on, get in, get it. Oh no! Oh, this game, come on, game.
Yeah, come on. I'm trying.
All right, a little dicey, but it's not unrecoverable. Not unrecoverable. Yeah, I have to say, yeah, full on send the power shot in this instance, and really nice one. Which means now you still have 2 more for the last 2 holes.
Put it back just the tiniest bit to try to get it towards the early start. Oh. Yeah, my hurt wrist definitely has mess with my run this today.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Now it was yeah, you and I were talking about this earlier in the week, but yeah, no, having someone who has chronically weak wrists, I fully sympathize with that. It is not easy at all to do runs with when your wrists are hurt a little bit, and also a golf game like this.
Yeah.
So even getting this far already is actually quite an achievement.
Yeah, this is a great run. Yeah, it's a great run. Sorry, I had myself muted on Discord.
I hit the wrong button, crap. Sorry,
oh no.
I went to go change what distance I was swinging, what power I was swinging with, and accidentally hit the wrong button. Today has not been my day with this. If people are having fun with golf puns.
Oh yeah, the chat is still going off with golf puns.
Okay, I think I might just have to... power past.
Yeah, yes, power through. Let's see how far does it take us. I'm actually surprised that actually didn't roll down, which is honestly, it's great that it didn't roll down because that would have been a much harder chip to do. Ooh, nice chip.
Yeah. There we go. Got par on this one. Okay. Oh, it's not letting me move on. Okay.
Okay, so We can either try again, or we can just play the final course like on the regular mode, because at the very least it's still unlocked. For
Yeah.
sure. At least we get to showcase at least the final course.
Yeah, probably going to go with changing over to a profile that I've got a little bit more time on, and then we'll just play through the last course.
Okay. Oh, that's a smart play. Yeah.
This is definitely not a run that is going to be on the leaderboards.
No, what
By any
are you
means.
talking about? I'm sorry, I blinked. Is this the same character? Yeah, I blinked.
Totally the same character, definitely.
Yep.
It's about starting with RNT. True.
One thing, oh, you know what? At the very least, this is actually a really fun little thing I just noticed. So in the story mode, every single course has like their own course champion. So if you notice whenever you're in the tournament, the NPC that always wins, or if you are the winner of the tournament, the second place runner up, it's actually a specific NPC, and you can actually face them off in match play. In Marion Club, the first one, the character's name is Putz. The second course is Grace. The third course in Dune is his name is Tiny, and he's a really, really big man. Get it? Because his name is Tiny. It contradicts itself. That's the joke. Please laugh. I did not work hard at all for this joke, but I feel like I should still get credit. And oh my god, I just realized the pun with the pro of this course, the Lynx Club. It's genius. Because it's a play on the word genius. Oh my god.
It's a golf game, you gotta have puns.
Oh my god. The hardest, or the second or third hardest boss fight in the game has a pun in his name. How did I not realize this entire time?
There we go.
But yeah, no, this course is exceptionally difficult because of the fact that there's a lot of those small patches of grass that Danny is actually doing an exceptional job so far at avoiding. They really mess up your hole because the way you approach that hole, because basically the shot that you take while you're in that tiny patch of grass, your power is almost cut entirely in half, which you're noticing these courses are really, really long, at least on the individual holes. So if you land on something your first shot that cuts your power in half, getting a birdie is almost really, really difficult. And some of the later holes are, oh my goodness, it is so there's so much of these patches of grass called heath, which I know English is not my first language, but I honestly am not sure if that's what the actual proper term of it is. I don't know if anyone knows what the actual name of these, if it's not heath.
I don't think they're a thing normally on courses.
No, they're not. It's just the game wanting to be
a little fancy.
Want to add something to make it
artificially difficult.
Got us to artificial.
Oh, that's so close.
Man, I think if the wind speed was just like even 1 or 2 miles per hour slower, I think would have made it in.
Yeah, this is a good one to really showcase it. Here there's dunes in the middle of the green, heath on both sides, and then this kind of glassy green up in front of it that causes your ball to just keep on sliding, and it's lined with heaths. Luckily, it bounced over that.
Not gonna lie, one of the most satisfying things in this course is when you have like a really strong shot and the ball lands and still has enough speed and flight to go over whatever obstacle was like right in front of it. Ah, that's a great
It is a great feeling having that happen. Yeah. There we go. Oh, wins against us. Cool. I will go one further just to play it safe, and then... still went just a tiny bit further, but...
There's one of the 4 created characters in this game is, her name is Sherry, and her base power is 200. So theoretically, there is technically an instance where if you don't level up her driving power when you get to this point in tournament mode, or even just in casually, and the wind's really against you, it is almost impossible to actually make it into the green in one with Sherry.
Yeah. It's nuts how much the stats vary from character to character, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but funny enough, Sherry's actually my favorite character to play as when I'm doing like a full custom story mode, because her main thing is the fact that her shots accuracy is exceptionally well. It has like the best shot accuracy. She has like the best shot accuracy stats amongst the 4 characters. The problem is that she has the lowest power stat in the entire game.
Yeah. Though if you get enough levels, it starts to matter less which one you play as, which is kind of cool. There are still certain things that different ones are better on, like there's an adult boy, adult girl, the young boy, young girl. The young boy, I forget his name.
Kid.
The kid?
Yeah, just the kid's name is Kid. So sort of like everyone has like actual names. Like Joe is Joe. The little girl is Sherry. The adult girl is Azalea, and then the little kid is just straight up named Kid.
But what's interesting is I did a little bit of research on how the stats work super long game. Apparently he's the one with the highest drive power at the very end.
I can believe that. He definitely has the that's so unfortunate. That's okay.
And then judge it ever so slightly to the left. That one,
I mean, no worry. Everyone bogeys every once in a while. I mean, heck, the Masters champion from earlier this year made history by being the first person to win despite scoring 4 double bogeys in the tournament. So,
wow. Granted, I think they end up a little bit closer to par than we're expected to get. Still, I'm just guessing though, because. Just a little bit shy, but still, I'm on the green. There we go.
That's interesting that it wasn't enough to get there. I actually thought that you might have overshot it. Actually, you undershot. That's actually really interesting. Anyway, anyone notice like some of these names when we're seeing on the leaderboard? Anyone seeing like all the cameos in this, especially on the Lynx tournament? Like, you notice, like, at the top of the leaderboard, you're seeing Zelda, you're seeing King Zora, Link, and all the way to the bottom, like, you're gonna, throughout the leaderboard, you're actually gonna see, like, a lot of different Nintendo characters. I think Shy Guy is one of them. Oh, real close. That was a really good attempt.
little bit more to the left. There we go. Yeah, I do like that they have a lot of little cameos like that. And then the obvious ones being Mario and Luigi in Mario Golf, and the fact that you can actually play as with them. That's not story mode, but
Yeah, there is a category that is just what you're doing, except not tournament modes, and you can play as Mario. It's just straight up called 4 courses.
yeah. It is cool that they have categories specifically for playing with, just the tiniest bit off.
Not very
Maybe a
long.
This
Yeah,
is basically...
Yeah,
this
we're
is
not only are we on the last course, we're on the final third of it. Like, we're on hole 12 of the final course.
Yeah, that's on me. I had an especially rough start, which took it longer.
Believe it or not, for anyone that's curious about picking up the game and wanting to like unlock everything, so there are actually 5 unlockable characters, not 4. There's actually 5 unlockable characters, where the first 4 are the aforementioned like former champions or champions of each of the courses that I mentioned. But there is a secret 5th unlockable character, and it's actually Wario. Of all things, Wario's also like a secret super boss in this game. It's like a little post game reward.
That actually I did not know.
Yep. So for anyone that's wondering, so basically the reason why this game is this category is story mode 4 main courses instead of just why is it called that? It's because there's actually a 5th course, which is Peach's Castle. The reason why I did not submit that category with Peach's Castle on for Speedromizer is because the final course, as cool as it looks, because some of the holes are literally shaped after Mario characters, and I don't mean the green, I mean the entire hole. It is like, if you want to say Link's Club is like hard mode, then Peach's Castle or Peach's Course is super duper D hard mode, because it is unbelievably difficult. And not only
Kaizo Mario levels of hard.
It's you've played a little bit of Peach's Castle.
I have not yet. I've watched one run of it.
You watched.
At one point, I was thinking of submitting that as an incentive because, do a run of that, but blind, kind of. But then I realized that there's no way it's a reasonable length for incentive.
Yeah, no, it is. Peach's Castle is like unbelievably difficult. Like, even I still struggle with that course a lot. Like, that's a course where you almost have no margin of error throughout the entirety of the run. But once you actually beat it, that's when, if you go to, I think, like match play mode, I think that's what it's called, you actually start to notice, oh, wait a minute, who's this not Mario looking character? And you see, oh, it's Wario, and you can just play, go up against Wario. And if you beat Wario in match mode, then you actually get to play him unlocked.
That's pretty cool.
And and it's funny because Wario's stats are not, they're really unorthodox. The way his ball travels, in terms of the flight speed, is instead of typically going to the right, like the natural draw, it has a natural fade, which is the ball will naturally fly to the left as opposed to the right. He does have the second highest power stat in the game at 250, which is also really good and like more than enough to carry you through any course. but the natural fade that Wario's life has it's actually a bit of a challenge because it's unless you are playing as unless you play as Azalea, who is the only other character in the game that has that. Well, her and Genius and Luigi. I guess there's more than actually one, but either way, it's not a common flight pattern to play as. Because a lot of people play as Mario, and Mario's ball travel is typically to the right.
Yeah, it is a very different pattern of movement, and it's very odd to adjust to. I did do some casual runs with some of the other characters.
One of my favorite things to do, like casually, is to play as Putz, the first unlockable character in the game, who has the weakest power stat in title with Sherry. But unlike Sherry, you can't increase Putz stats. But I always like to do like a casual run through of the game, just like a little bit of a challenge. Which honestly, it's actually more fun because it like forces you to think on how to approach certain holes a lot more differently than you would have in a category like this. Oh, I'm seeing chat popping off with the fact that Wario is in this game. It's a shame he's not involved at all in the story mode. Like he's like off to the side doing his own thing, which I guess is kind of par for the course for Wario, huh? Get it?
I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
All right, let's just get this one last hole, and it's done. Yeah, it's on me for taking so long. But
I got one more hole left, right?
yeah, this is the last hole.
This is the last
Okay,
one.
awesome.
And boy, did they did not stop with the troll placement on some of the obstacles.
Nope. Slidey grass surrounded by heath.
And then for good measure, you got 3 trees making a perfect wall. That will almost certainly affect your shot if the ball does not travel high enough. But honestly, that was a good choice, taking it to the right of the trees. That was a really good choice.
All right, there we go, and that's time.
Congratulations.
GG's.
20th place, oh boy.
Looking on the like a 109 52. We did start the timer a little late, so this one will require a little bit of a retime.
I think I'm not too worried about exact times for that.
Nah, you're all good.
Nah, you're all good. That was it was kind of, the game kind of trolled you a little bit with some of the stuff, especially at Dune Club with some of the pin placements combined with the wind speed. But overall, I mean, I know you've worked really hard on this, and I can tell there was progression right there in how you played. Sometimes, some of the, sometimes the golf gods take it and give it, but no, that was still a really, really fun run to it.
Yeah, it was fun to play.
Yeah,
I may not need to play this for speedruns anymore, but I am definitely going to keep playing this with casual runs and the such. Try to get everything unlocked and all of that. Actually get first place in everything, every course, including the Peach Cup.
It's gonna feel fantastic when you do, and I fully believe you're capable of doing that.
all right. So we are a little bit behind schedule. We are going to send it over to intermission, and we will be right back with more Speedromizer goodness. I hope y'all are ready to party. All right. So thank you, Danny Boy, for that fantastic Mario Golf run. But we're not stopping there. We are getting ready for our next run and the first party of Speedromizer, and that is Mario Party 5 Story Mode. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back for that. right, Speedromizer community, welcome back to Speedromizer 7, the marathon where what you submit is not what you run. I hope you're ready, because we're just getting the party started. We're almost ready, but I wanted to talk very briefly about a couple of incentives you can donate for. So, coming up today, we have 2 incentives that you can donate for. The first one is for Grab by the Ghoulies, and that is Workshop 2 Reaper No Cans. Can't remember what that room is off the top of my head, but it's coming from 2 Grab by the Ghoulies legends. That is 2 Worlds. That is... Here's my schedule. That is 2 Worlds and Kaiser. Sorry, I had a bit of a momentary lapse in judgment. You know it's gonna be a good time. The other is the other half of Founder's Block, and that is for Backyard Wrestling. Backyard Wrestling 2, you can name the wrestler. We have 5 incentives. We have Gino, we have Joe, we have SRMZ, we have Bob, and for the 4th or 5th marathon in a row, we have Jerry. But I'm gonna encourage everybody to not donate for Jerry, but instead to donate for Joe. Because I believe in Joe Hendry, you believe in Joe Hendry, we all believe in Joe Hendry. So donate for Joe, donate for Bob, donate for Gino. But whatever you do, don't donate for Jerry.